Very good morning, students. Today we will be learning about devices for a library classification. Myself, Ravi Kumar, faculty from the Department of Library Information Science, Nehu, Shillong. According to dictionary meaning, the term device, it is understood as something invented and constructed for special purpose. In library classification, the classificationists have adopted many devices in constructing class number or for formation or sharpening the isolator. When we talk of devices, these are designed for a specific purpose in library classification. So obviously these devices has some specific role. So now in this slide we will see what are the roles of devices in library classification. The first and foremost role is to avoid enumeration and thereby shortening the schedule. The second one, it gives autonomy to the classifier. The third one, secures automatic conformity to the canon of consistent sequence. In simple, a device is a tool. It gives the freedom to the classificationist to give an isolated meaning to its particular document. Devices adopted in library, there are many devices. Some prominent ones are listed here: chronological device, geographical device, subject device, alphabetic device, superimposition device, classic device, and mnemonics device. Some more devices are there. They are categorized as auxiliary devices, which some devices you can see overlapping in the list here. Under the auxiliary devices, group notation device, agglomeration device, common isolate device, sector device, gap device, decimal fraction device, facet device, phase device, mnemonic device, classic device, emptying device, new digit device. So these are all some more auxiliary devices are there, but we are not going into depth into these devices. Now we will see the first one, a chronological device. Sir Ranganathan observed chronological device is for forming the focal idea in an array, for forming or sharpening a facet in analytico-synthetic classification. Sharpening a subject is an enumerative classification on the basis of the chronological characteristics. Use of chronological device in colon classification and Dewey Decimal classification. There is a schedule for chronological division in colon classification under time isolate. Colon classification alone uses chronological device quite often. In DDC, there is no special auxiliary schedule for chronological factors. Geographical device. Geographical device consists in using the appropriate geographical characteristics, that may be continent, country, state, district, etc., for the formation or the subdivision of an isolate which is capable of such formation. In the notation plane, geographical device uses geographic number as focal number in an array. The space schedule admits 4 blocks which can be put in the form of a single telescoped schedule as given below. They are categorized into four: physiographical features, political divisions, population cluster, and orientation division. Physiological features is based on the physical features of the space, such as desert, delta, forest, valley. All those things are called as physiological features. For example, G7 is denoted for mountain. In case of political division that are frequently used for block 2, they are assigned to Indo-Arabic numerals and are enumerative as and provides certain spatial continuity. For example, 2 is considered for mother country, 5 for Europe, 7 for America, 8 for Australia, like that. These isolates, for example, when we talk of 2 for mother country, 2 stands for a country of the 2 stands for country according to the geographical device. When it comes to specific, we consider for mother country means our own country. For us, India is mother country. So in that condition we use 2, but 2 in general we use it for library science when it comes to library classification. Next is population cluster. Population cluster is defined as the cluster or individual locality in a particular area. For example, Shillong in Meghalaya, Chennai in Tamil Nadu, Zurich in Switzerland. So these kind of a thing. See, for example, population cluster 4462 stands for Bengal. Suppose if you want to have a number for Calcutta, C for 4462, C denotes for Calcutta. So that is the meaning of population cluster. Next is orientation division. So orientation division are indicated for one world or by some kind of a specific narrowing of their entities coming down together. So for example, in here we have example called as 19E for Far Eastern country. So 19E stands for Far Eastern country. A dot is omitted before the orientation division. Okay, so these are some kind of space schedules admitted into 4 blocks so that we can have more specific classification. Next is subject device. In subject device, appropriate class characteristics of other subjects are used for formation or subdivision of isolate. It may also be used for individualization of the isolate wherever applicable. A great deal of discretion should be used in applying subject device. Personality and energy both seems to have been the equal contender when it comes to this particular device. So for example, T:3 within bracket capital B denotes for teaching mathematics. So for example, here we are emphasizing on a particular subject mathematics which is coming under the main class teaching. Okay, so T3 denotes for teaching, but we are emphasizing on a particular teaching methods in the particular subject called as mathematics. So within bracket we emphasize B so that it is understood or it makes a individualization of the particular document. The same way, 1 within bracket Q7, 1 stands for world whereas Q7 stands for Muslim. So to narrow a document for a Muslim country means, see for example, Muslims are across the globe. So how you will say that Muslim stays in the Gulf or within a particular region? So it's very difficult. So to to narrow those kind of things, we come across these kind of devices which makes this document unique. Next is mnemonic devices. When some concept recurs in different part of the schedule, it should be denoted by the same digit. Okay, so this is the beauty of the classification. See, you can see that certain concepts are used across the board. See, for example, here physiology is used both in animal husbandry and in medicine. So 3 denotes for physiology. So K colon 3 and L colon 3 says that animal husbandry, animal physiology and human physiology. The same way here, disease 4 stands for disease. So human disease is L. 4 social ill is also considered as a disease, so Y colon 4. So this is the beauty of colon classification.